Hooker versus Chandler. Who do you think and how?
Man, this is a fun fight as well. It's a good fight.
Three rounds. It is, eh?
Oh yeah,
is it
3 rounds.
Is it 3 rounds? I think it's 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's probably I think Dan finishes it, to be honest. But I think 3 rounds is good for Dan as well. With this fight, I think it's a really good fight for Dan. Obviously, my teammate. So not only am I happy with the matchup, I'm happy with like the opponent. Like, because right now there's a lot of hype around Michael Chandler. Oh, he's a champion come from here, and people like expecting big things. And I think he's getting fed a shark at the moment. He's getting fed to the sharks.
I think it's a bad matchup for Chandler.
Because again, like, people don't really get to see. Like, I have to wrestle with Dan, and his wrestling is actually legit. Like,
no, it's
he's
good.
tricky. Like, when I say wrestling, it doesn't mean like again, like, there's fight IQ, and when it's MMA, there's certain ways you're gonna. Yeah, he might not have the best certain wrestling moves, but he's really good at counter moves with things, and then then you got distance. Yeah, you gotta try and get in distance. Dan can fight at a real good range. Creeping in, then you got to worry about his crazy knees that come up the middle. Yeah, countering you coming in. Obviously, we know he's done really well with that as well. Then when you get in, he can wrap your neck up real good, and he's really good at doing that. You know what I mean? So there's problems everywhere as deep as he goes. Like, if he's going to have trouble on the outside, he's going to try and find his way in. He might get caught coming in. And then once he commits, once he gets there, he's still in trouble. And then once he goes to the ground safe, he doesn't get the finish. Dan's really hard to hold down as well. And so, that's why I feel like this is a good matchup for Dan. I think that Dan will really look good in this one. Not that I'm not taking nothing away from Michael Chandler. I just mean stylistically. Yeah?
No. But so because I hope Dan Hooker wins every not just because I like him as a fighter, but every interaction I've had with him has always been a gentleman. And also, it's one of those things, again, I try to fucking explain this to people as well. Like, the whole scene in Australia is small.
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand, like, is closer to Sydney than Perth is.
Yep.
So everyone that's kind of been in the scene, like, dude, when people go, you know this guy, and I think, dude, I fucking watched Dan Hooker fight Rob Lacita.
Yeah.
He lost that fight, but, this is like, fucking more than 10 years ago, probably.
It is the same scene.
Yeah, it's the same scene. So, like, of course, I'm gonna have
a connection.
A connection, yeah, 100%. And I remember Dan Hooker fighting at featherweight, and his mum helping him.
Don't ask me how he fucking.
Dude, no. I was with Rob in the sauna, right? And I look over, and I didn't like. I was never like. If I see him now, I'd probably talk to him. But back then, it was just like someone, they know you, but you're not.
Yeah.
Thing, and I was just like on a hello thing. But this guy was had this whole fucking suit, like he was in the sauna, and I looked at him, and I didn't know who it was. I just thought, oh, poor guy. And I sat down next to him, but I knew. If you said to me Dan Hooker, I knew who he was.
Yeah.
But I had no fucking idea. I was sitting right next to him. And I saw it was his mum. I'm sure it has to be his mum. He never introduced me as his mum, but it had to be his mum in the sauna with him. Is it his mum?
I don't know.
She looks exactly like him.
Yeah, must be.
And I swear to God, I thought this lady looks like Dan Hooker. That's what I thought in my head. And I swear, and then I looked, and I had to look like fucking twice. When he was cutting the featherweight.
Yeah.
And I saw him take his whole sweatsuit off and everything, and did the like old credit card thing and everything. And I was watching him, and I was thinking, this guy's gonna fucking die. I didn't want to be in the sauna because all the paperwork I'd have to do. You know what I mean?
Mate, I'm hearing you. Yeah,
he's fucking huge, man.
Mate, that's what I mean. Like, again, I don't know how he did it. I don't even know how he does fucking lightweight. You know what I mean? He's a big lightweight.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a big lightweight, and to know that he did, like, obviously he's just got that commitment. He's a pretty hard man.
And so, he fought like a heavyweight or something back in the day.
Yeah, he's fought at a few different weights.
Yeah, people don't know that. Like I don't want to sound like a Dan Hooker advertisement because we will talk about Chandler, and I know we're kind of asking you to play devil's advocate, but how can Chandler beat Hooker? We'll talk about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But like I agree with you with everything that you're saying. I think again, everyone's Chandler comes from a good team. He comes from a good team. Everyone's smart. Everyone at that level, everyone's smart. Like they're going to think. I just see like just legit physical problems for Chandler against Hooker. And I see as the fight progresses as well, Hooker just having these physical attributes that you can't change. Like just his base against the fence is so long. Maybe in the open mat, Chandler would take him down. If they had a wrestling match, Chandler would, I believe, beat him 10-0. Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe if they have just a submission grappling match, probably then I think Chandler might beat him as well. But in MMA, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with that. And with Chandler, so this is going to be weird because you're going to ask me, like you're asking me.
I have to play devil's advocate.
How does, like Michael Chandler, what do you think like for him, what's his direction?
You can't say what Dan's weaknesses are.
No, I'm not. Well, the thing is.
No, but what are Chandler's strengths?
Well, I think he has to stick to his guns. But that's why I think he loses as well. You get what I mean? But I mean, because I think he gets caught there. I think he gets caught and Dan gets a finish because of that. If he tries to outbox Dan, he's going to get bashed. So he has to stick to his guns. And the only way I see him successful is doing that. But I still feel that that's why he will lose as well. I just think that's why stylistically I think this is good for Dan. Can he grind, Dan out, like, and avoid submissions, avoid the knees? And yeah, of course he can. Like, everyone has that chance. But I feel like that's his only direction.
He hits very hard.
Who's this?
Chandler as well. They both hit hard.
Yeah, exactly. But Dan Hooker's got a chin, man.
100%. He does absolutely have a chin.
Dan Hooker's got a chin.
I'm going for Hooker, but I have to play. Like, otherwise we're just going to be the fucking Dan Hooker show. He has his own podcast. You can listen to it, the Dan Hooker podcast. This is not the Dan Hooker podcast.
You don't want to be too biased with it, right?
Yeah, but, because otherwise people go, you fucking
obviously I'm biased. But again, like, you're always going to have that bias anyway because we have seen so much of this person. But again, that's why I feel so confident in that because I know, So, but again, like, I think it's going to be still a fun fight.
One thing,
Chandler, it's just a big step for Chandler. I think. Like, I think if Chandler can get through this, he's setting a statement for me anyway. Like, other people might not, but for me, because I know Dan and I know how good he is, that's going to be a real statement for me. I'm going to be like, fuck, Chandler really surprised me there.
I think, like, if I'm going to say how I think Chandler could do it, he has to create that pressure. And he has to get Dan Hooker down, I believe. He has to get him down because if that's the only way that he can catch Dan standing. I don't think if they're going to have a kickboxing match or a boxing match, it's going to be bad for my opinion for Chandler. And that's not saying he's shit. I just think that Dan Hooker has
something else to think about.
Yeah, he has to. I just don't think they match up well on the feet from Chandler's perspective. On the ground, if he can get Dan down and start, even if Dan gets up, but if he can get him down and get on top, Michael Chandler has an uncanny ability, a very, very good uncanny ability to always end up on top. Even when guys have taken his back, he's got a really good thing that he does, real sneaky, where he gets a 2-1 on the arm when someone has their back, and he puts it over his head and turns into it and ends up on top. Good guys take his back.
Yep.
So I do think that there are ways for, like, if he gets on top of Dan, he may be able to hold him down. He may be able to hurt him, and then that starts to open up. Dan has to, stop the takedowns, and that's where the big shots from Chandler can play dividends. Having said that, though, I do think that Dan is so good with his range.
Stop being so biased, mate.
It's a Dan Hooker podcast. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I do think that Dan Hooker will win.
Yeah.
And it is hard, man. For me, it is hard. Like, when, especially, I go for the guys from. The only time I don't go for guys from this region is if, like, which I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head. Someone that you've run into a bunch of times and they're a fucking knob. That's when you go, dude, fuck, I don't go for him. But it's hard, man. Like, it's one of those things where, like I said, like, it's hard not for me not to go for you when, like, I know guys that have fought you. I know, like, I've seen you as a little kid wrestle. I've seen how the fuck, like, I'd have to be sick to be going, fucking thing. unless something personally happened where I'm like, well, fuck, hope you lose.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. But then Hooker, I watched him I've always watched him because I knew people that fought him.
Yep.
You know, there was always that guys, you fight guys from New Zealand, you fight guys from wherever, but then when you see him on the world stage, you're like, fucking go.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's it. Like, I'm always going to go for Australian New Zealanders. I'm always going to have their back. Even Australians, I'm always going to have Australians back. I'm always going to go for the Aussies. That's it. That's just how I am. You know, I'm going to be patriotic like that. If the only thing that can get in that is obviously teammates.
Yeah, teammates or your fucking.
Yeah. But I am all like, you know, every time, and I'm vocal about it. Like, I'll be like, you know, I'll go out of my way to let everyone know that, you know, Jake Matthews is fine. Let's go, Jake. Or like, you know, I mean, I want us all to, you know, stick together, because at the end of the day, we're so small.
Yeah, that's what
New
I mean.
Zealand compared to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they don't want big things. They don't want us doing big things, but we like doing big things. You know, let's stick together and we can work as a team. Obviously, we can't always. I wouldn't say we work as a team, but to be honest, we are anyway. Look at the UFC social media page, Australia, New Zealand.